Learning objective. Objective 1.1. Define and explain the core ethical principles that guide special needs education. Objective 1.2. Analyze how those principles are interconnected and how they contribute to a just and equitable educational system for students with disabilities.
Introduction. Code of Ethics. Members of NASET must recognize a responsibility to children with special needs, their parents, the community, to other professionals, and to themselves. NASET adheres to the idea that a commonly held set of principles can aid in a individual exercise of professional judgment. The Code of Ethics speaks to the core values of the profession. The term NASET members are used throughout represents all members of the National Association of Special Needs Education Teachers, or NASET. Principle 1. Members nurture the academic, psychological, physical, and social potential of the children. The first one is to promote growth in all students through the integration of academic, psychological, physical, and social learning. The second one is members respect the inherent dignity and worth of the children with whom they work. Lastly, members help children with special needs to value their own identity, learn more about their disabilities, and help them reflect on their own learning and connect it to their life experience. Principle 2. Members apply their professional knowledge to create a professional and supportive environment for children with special needs. So the first one is members apply their professional knowledge to promote student success. Letter B. Members develop and implement programs based upon a strong understanding of human development and learning theory. Letter C. Members advocate for necessary resources for students to achieve their highest level of success. Lastly, members strive to ensure access to needed information, services, and resources for children with special needs. Principle.
In the Principle 3, members commit to their own learning in order to develop their professional development. A. Members recognize that professional knowledge and development are the foundation of their practice. B. Members know their subject matter and respect the reciprocal nature of learning between themselves and the children with whom they work. C. Members engage in a variety of individuals and collaborative learning experiences essential to develop professionally, drawing on and contributing to various forms of educational research to improve their own practice. D. Members practice within the areas of competence and enhance their professional expertise. E. Members pursue knowledge of new developments and maintain competence in their respective fields through education, training, or supervised experience. While in Principle 4, members respect, support, and collaborate with colleges and other professionals in the interest of children with special needs with whom they work. Members encourage and support their colleagues to build and maintain high standards. B. Members respect fellow professionals and work to maintain a collegiality with the individuals in their respective professions. C. Members should not maliciously injure the professional reputation or practice of colleagues. D. Members should not make false or malicious statements regarding a colleague's competence, performance, or professional capabilities. In Principle 5, members collaborate with parents of children with special needs and community, building trust and respecting confidentiality. A. Members cooperate with community agencies in using resources and building comprehensive services in support of children with special needs. B. Members partner with parents of children with special needs and other members of the community to enhance programs for children with special needs. C. Members understand how cultural diversity, family dynamics, gender, and community shape the lives of the individuals with whom they collaborate. D. Members understand that relationships between and among people are an important vehicle for change. E. Members respect the private nature of the special knowledge they have about children and their families and use that knowledge only in the students' best interest.
Principle 6. Members advance the intellectual and ethical foundation of the learning community. Members recognize the obligations of the trust placed in them. Members are confidants, mentors, and advocates for growth and development. Members recognize that they are role models for children, youth, and public. Members are continually aware of the mission, values, ethical principles, and ethical standards of NASET or National Associations of Special Education Teachers, and practice in a manner consistent with them. Members always seek to maintain the highest level of professionalism, integrity, and competence when working with the children, youth, parents, professionals, and all other members of society. Now let's move on to ethical considerations and special needs education. Learning objectives. Number 1. Understand the importance of ethical considerations and special needs education, highlighting the principles of confidentiality and inclusion and respect for diversity. Number 2, explore the challenges that arise in the maintaining confidentiality for students with special needs, including issues of sharing sensitive information with stakeholders and protecting students' personal information. Number 3, examine the obstacles to creating inclusive classrooms for students with diverse abilities, considering factors such as accessibility, appropriate accommodations, and fostering a sense of belongings for all students.
Ethical consideration and special need education are crucial for ensuring that students with disabilities will receive equitable and respectful treatment. This consideration encompasses various principles including confidentiality, inclusion, and respect for diversity. Confidentiality. Maintaining confidentiality is essential to uphold the dignity and privacy of the student, fostering a trusting relationship between educators, students, and families. Information sharing. Educators often need to collaborate with other professions, therapists, counselors to provide comprehensive support. Balancing the need for information sharing with the duty to protect the student's privacy can be complex. Parental involvement. Parents may want to share the information about their child's needs with the others, family members, and friends, which could lead to potential breaches of confidentiality if not managed carefully. Record keeping, ensuring that the records are securely maintained and only accessible to authorized personnel can be challenged, especially in digital formats. Inclusion. Inclusion promotes a social interaction, reduces stigma, and provides equal education opportunities for all students. Example, resource allocation. School may struggle with the limited resources such as trained staff, materials, and support service, which can hinder the effect of inclusion. Teacher preparedness. Many educators may lack training in special education strategies, making it difficult to effectively support the students and with diverse needs. Inclusion settings. Peer acceptance. Fostering a culture of acceptance among the students without disabilities can be challenging. Some students may hold bias or misunderstanding about their peers with special needs.
Respecting diversity. Respecting diversity involves acknowledging that there are differences among people based on age, gender, culture, color, values, social status, and ability.
The importance of respect for diversity. Acknowledging diversity helps create an inclusive environment where all students feel valued and understood, fostering positive relationships and learning exercises. Examples: cultural sensitivity. Educators must be aware and sensitive to the cultural backgrounds of students and their families. Misunderstanding can arise if educators are not well informed about the cultural differences in in communication, behavior, or learning styles. Bias and stereotypes. Educators may unconsciously hold biases or stereotypes about disabilities or cultural backgrounds, which can affect their expectations and interactions with students. Equity in resources. Ensuring that all students have equitable access to resources and support can be challenging, especially in underfunded schools or communities with limited services. Ethical considerations and special needs education are essential for creating an inclusive, respectful, and supportive learning environment. However, challenges related to confidentiality, inclusion, and respect for diversity must be addressed to uphold these ethical principles effectively. Educators, administrators, and policymakers must work collaboratively to develop strategies and framework that promote ethical practices, ensuring that all students with special needs receive the education and support they deserve. This includes ongoing professional development, resource allocation, and fostering a culture of understanding and acceptance within the educational setting.
So our learning objectives are learning by examples, teaching ethical practices, creating a supportive environment, encouraging critical thinking, and promotes empathy.
Introduction. Educators play a crucial role in special needs education as they are responsible for creating inclusive learning environments, supporting diverse learning needs, and fostering the overall development of students with disabilities. Their responsibilities encompass a variety of roles, including instructional, advocacy, and emotional support. Here's an overview of their roles and how they promote ethical behaviors among students. Individualized instruction. Educators design and implement individualized education programs tailored to meet the unique needs of each student. This includes adapting teaching methods, materials, and assessments to accommodate diverse learning styles and abilities.
Building relationship. Establishing trusting relationship with the student. Fundamental educator must understand the social, emotional, and academic challenges their student face, which help in creating a supportive learning environment. Collaboration with specialists. Educators often, alongside special education professional, therapists, and other specialists to provide comprehensive support. This collaboration ensures that students receive the necessary intervention and resources. Advocacy. Educators advocate for the rights and the needs of a student with disability, ensuring they have access to appropriate resources and opportunities. This includes working with parents, school administration, and policy makers.
Next is fostering inclusion. So what is fostering inclusion? It is creating an inclusive classroom environment is vital. Educators promote the participation of students with special needs in general education settings, facilitating social interactions and fair relationships. Next is professional development. It is continuous learning about new strategies, technologies, and methodologies in special education is essential. Educators must engage in professional development to stay informed about best practices.
So next is monitoring progress. Monitoring progress is regularly assessing student progress and adjusting teaching strategies accordingly helps ensure that students are meeting their educational goals.
As a student, it is crucial for us to understand and practice ethical conduct.
Here are some ways of a good conduct. First, modeling ethical behavior. Educators serve as moral models for their students by demonstrating honesty, respect, empathy, and fairness. They set a standard for students to emulate. This modeling is particularly important in special needs education. Students may struggle with social cues, wherein, in this case, it has certain impact with special needs where students deserve to be respected and understood regardless of their unique difficulties. Second, create a safe environment. Establishing a classroom culture that values respect and inclusivity encourages ethical behavior. When students feel safe and accepted, they are more likely to engage in positive interactions with peers. Third, teaching social skills. Educators explicitly teach social and emotional skills by helping students understand concepts like empathy, cooperation, and conflict resolutions. These are critical for fostering ethical behavior and building meaningful relationships. Fourth, encouraging reflection. Educators promote ethical behavior by encouraging students to reflect on their actions and the impact those actions have on others. This can be done through discussions, journaling, or role-playing scenarios. Fifth, setting clear expectations. Establishing clear behavior expectations and consequences helps students understand the importance of ethical behavior. Consistency in enforcing these expectations is crucial for fostering a sense of accountability. 6. Celebrating diversity. Educators can promote a culture of respect and understanding by celebrating diversity and teaching students about different perspectives. This could help cultivate an appreciation for differences, reducing biases, and promoting ethical interactions. Last, community engagement. Involving students in community service and collaboration projects can enhance their sense of responsibility and ethical behavior. Such experiences foster a sense of belonging and encourage students to contribute positively to society regardless with their difficulties. So first instance, the role of educators in special needs education is multifaceted, encompassing individualized instruction, advocacy, and the promotions of ethical behavior. By modeling ethical conduct, creating inclusive environments, and teaching social skills, educators not only support the academic growth of students with special needs, but also instill values that contribute to their development as responsible and empathetic students. The impact of these efforts extended beyond the classroom, shaping students' interactions and behaviors in their communities.